This is the Roller Coaster Podcast. We are here to help you be empowered and renew your sense of purpose as a midlife mom. This is your time to redefine and reclaim your power as a woman. Just because our kids are getting older doesn't mean that our lives still don't have crazy twists, turns, ups and downs. And that's not to mention what our hormones are doing. We're navigating helping our kids plan their next chapters while quietly wondering, what the heck does my next chapter look like? My name is Lucy Q, wife, mom, podcaster, and journaling mentor. This is a crazy time in your life, but you are not alone. So I'm inviting you to throw your head back, arms in the air, and come along with me for the ride.
Life is like a roller coaster, baby, baby. I wanna ride, 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 roller coaster. Life is like.
Welcome to the Roller Coaster of Midlife Live. I'm your host, Lucy Q. Now, let me ask you this. Have you ever looked in your closet and felt completely uninspired and secretly wishing that you had a fairy godmother that would show up, wave her magic wand, and poof, your closet is transformed with clothes that you love and that are flattering, comfortable, and authentically you? I know that's how I feel most days when I open my wardrobe.
Right.
But luckily, joining me today is Keri Blair, CEO and style master at the Style Studio and host of the newly minted podcast, Style Your Dreams. And Keri is going to share how midlife moms can look and feel amazing every day. Welcome, Keri. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you. I'm so excited to be with you. Thanks for having me, Lucy.
So let me ask you this.
Okay.
Can you share what midlife moms are struggling with most when it comes to their wardrobes?
Yeah. So I work with a lot of, first of all, the whole term midlife. Can we just start there?
Yes.
Because as soon as I met you, I was like, oh my gosh, I think I'm midlife. And I had never come to terms with that. I'm midlife. So
I'm really glad you shared that. You know why?
why?
I only just realized I was midlife last year. And that was when I was looking over the stats for the podcast. And I realized I'm looking at it and I'm like, oh, it's midlife moms that are following me. And then I'm like, you doughhead, what are you?
Oh my gosh, I know.
And that's when I sort of added in the roller coaster of midlife, because I'm like, now people know who I'm talking to. So I'm so glad you shared that with me,
And
Keri.
part of it is, I mean, that's part of the roller coaster is realizing that you are midlife.
I know. It's
And then,
crazy.
and my daughter's like, well, aren't you past midlife?
And no, I say I'm living to at
Like,
least 100. So
me
no.
too. Me too. So I am like perfectly in midlife. Okay. So I think women struggle no matter what age they are, but midlife is probably the hardest because, and I know you talk about it a lot with that your kids are growing up or they've grown up, they've left the house. Even if you didn't have kids, you're at a particular point in your career that you're looking for what's next. You're looking for the next big achievement or who are you or reinventing yourselves, right? And mostly people walk into their closets every day. This is how we start our day. And it's depressing for
It
most
is.
women. It's depressing. You look in there and you want to be inspired and you're not. And you're thinking, oh, is this what I have to choose from today? And then you do your best to try to, represent yourself the best, but it doesn't work. So my theory is, why would you ever put up with that? I think as women, we put up with way too much in life.
We make do. But
Ugh,
but that's what it's kind of, that's an output of being a mother. Is you
it
have
can
to,
be.
yeah, you have to, in a lot of situations, you have to learn how to make do.
Mhm.
And, admittedly, a lot of us moms, when it comes to budget and that, we put our kids first.
Oh, everything comes
So,
first.
when it comes, sorry, my nose is really itchy.
That's
So
okay.
when it comes to our wardrobes, we've made do.
I know.
And then you sort of add to that layer of, many of us are dealing with, our bodies changing,
Yeah.
and, some things that I maybe have felt really good in before,
Yeah.
I just feel frumpy.
Yeah.
And then you kind of default to, well, yoga pants are really comfortable.
Oh, I know. And you brought up a great point, because a lot of people, if you deal with something long enough, it becomes the norm for you. Right.
Mm.
So if you've never felt great about how you look, then you don't know the difference it will make when you look amazing. And when you can, so what we do, and what I've been doing for over 20 years, is creating a wardrobe that's authentically you and that you love. So when you look in the mirror after getting dressed, you stand taller. You're so excited about who you are. You're like, I'm unmessable with today. But unless you've had that feeling, you don't know that that feeling is possible for you. And then again, what you said, you might have felt great about something in the past, but your body changes, because midlife, our body changes, right? And then you no longer feel good in it. Or the other thing is that you have to keep up with where you are now in life. So you're not the same person you were 10 years ago in every way, right? Your skin isn't the same. Your body's not the same. Your personality's shifted a little bit. What's important to you may have shifted a little bit. Your career may have shifted a little bit, or where your kids are in life has shifted a little bit. So you have to reinvent yourself for the next chapter
Yes.
so that you feel amazing every single day. And my theory is that if you look in the mirror and you feel amazing every single day, you'll accomplish more. So another thing back to what you said is, I love what the airlines say about putting your mask on first before you attend to your children.
Absolutely.
And that was always my commitment. So I was a stylist before I had my little girl. She's now 10. And I met moms who never showered, didn't brush their teeth for days when they had newborns. And I vowed I was never going to be that mom, because not only was I never going to do that to myself, but I was never going to be that role model for my daughter, because then I'm showing her, like, you don't have to take care of yourself in life. So I think it's so important to take care of yourself before you attend to everyone else. And that's hard. I know. I know that is not easy. I know it's very difficult, especially being overachieving moms, but I think it's so important to fill yourself up first. And then you have way more to give.
That plays right into the whole self-care.
Oh,
And again, it was something that I didn't actually understand or practice until our kids were pretty much adults and leaving the house.
Yeah.
It took me that long to understand the importance.
Right.
And there are things that we can do that have nothing to do with our wardrobe,
Right.
that fill up that cup. And I mean, for me, and when I was listening to your podcast, you start your day similar to mine, where it's about, journaling and meditation and filling your cup up first.
Yeah. But you know what's interesting, Lucy? So I believe that you need to have those practices in place, and then you leave the meditation room or you leave your journaling and you go into your
You
closet.
get showered in your closet, and then it's just like,
And then it
wah,
takes
wah,
everything
wah.
away, right?
Yeah.
Then you go like, oh, I was so filled up a while ago.
Amen.
So I'm like, even if you had, I don't know, 3 or 4 outfits that you wear on repeat that make you feel amazing, do that. But yes, back to your point, I think self-care is so, so, so important. And this is funny. For a while, I was listening to these podcasters years ago, and they would say like, oh, I wake up at 4:30 in the morning and start my routine. And I was like, that is never going to happen.
Okay, let's just be honest. Like, I'm going to be brutally honest here.
Please.
I just want to throat punch those people because they are setting such a high
Horrible
expectation
example.
for women.
Oh, horrible.
Or,
I was
or
like,
the people that tell you to, grind until like the wee hours of the morning. I'm like, no.
hey, like if you're really passionate, you'll work your side hustle till midnight. No, I actually won't.
No, I'm going to bed.
Yeah. So after listening to these women for a while and resisting it, like, no, I'm never going to do that because my sleep is really important to me. I looked to see what I could do because I know that meditating at the beginning of my day just sets the tone for my whole day.
It does.
Right. And it communicates to me that I am worth it and I'm important. So I looked to see like, okay, what can I do? Well, my daughter wakes up at 6:30. My husband wakes up at 6:30. Oh, I can wake up at 6 and get a half an hour in, sometimes 40 minutes, and then I'm filled up. So it wasn't some big life altering change I did. It was 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Which most women can carve out 30 minutes at some point in your day. I know it seems hard, but it's possible.
And I like putting it at the beginning of the day.
Me too.
Because if you leave it till the end of the day or later in the day, it can fall lower on the list. And for me, I can see the difference when, my kids were younger and, you would start your day with an alarm.
Yep.
And it was like, you get up, you get dressed, you get yourself dealt with, you get the kids going, you're getting everyone going and ready for the day. And you're not even starting off, besides having a shower and getting yourself ready, you're not doing anything for yourself.
Yeah.
So for me, I can see the difference in who I am and how I live my life between, starting my day, putting myself first versus how I used to with just starting the day with an alarm and letting the day run you.
Right. Right. Because then you're just disheveled and doing the best that you can. Right.
Yeah.
Like your whole day is like, wow, what am I doing?
You're always sort of trying to catch up with something as opposed to, being mindful and centered. And I know it sounds hokey pokey, some of this stuff. And I used to think that too, but no, seriously,
Yeah,
it works.
what's funny is that I started, so I play tennis and I started playing tennis on the weekends early in the morning before my family is awake. And what I noticed is those mornings I didn't meditate first because I was rushed and it's a weekend. Of course, I'm going to fit in my meditation. Doesn't happen. Doesn't happen. So I'm with you. Like, and I've been in a every morning meditation practice for years.
Okay.
But if I don't do it first thing, it's not going to happen.
It doesn't happen. No, it doesn't.
No. And one other thing, if I could point out, even if you're rushed, you're a mom, you're rushed, you're getting everybody out the door and you don't have much time. You could carve out 5 minutes to do something that makes you feel good. So maybe you're not into meditating, no problem. I don't care. Maybe you spend 5 minutes on your makeup. Maybe you spend 5 minutes picking something out that makes you feel good. I talked to this woman yesterday who's in midlife and she doesn't feel great about her wardrobe or how she looks. But she could commit to doing her makeup for 5 minutes and that changed everything for her.
Yeah. And it's those little things. And while you're spending 5 minutes doing your makeup, go onto YouTube, find a motivational video or something to listen to. Then you're sort of absorbing that energy while making yourself feel good. So you're kind of amping things up a bit.
I love that. Oh, have you listened to binaural beats?
Yes.
I love binaural beats because that's one thing that like you're just listening to music in your earpods, and it's like changing the frequency. And you can look on YouTube for like a binaural beats that's about happiness. And instantly, subconsciously, it's working on your happiness vibe. So I agree with you. Whatever you can do to start the day high vibe, right?
Yeah, you still have to sort of multitask some of these things because you do want to front load your day with as much as you can.
Yeah.
But then, we can do all of these things, but then we sort of go back to the wardrobe.
Yep.
And then that sort of opening and it's like, oh. So, if somebody is starting from scratch, let's just say I look in my closet, I'm like, Lucy, you got to up your game here. This is not cool. What's going on? What should I focus on? The first 3 things that I want to bring into my wardrobe. What would those first 3 things be?
Well, let's go before then. Do you mind?
Oh, no, go ahead.
Okay. So before you worry about, so many people read the fashion magazines or the blogs, and they're all about the essential things every woman needs, right? Except for maybe you don't need that. Like, I don't need a white button down shirt. They don't look good on me. That's
No.
never going to enter my wardrobe. I don't care how many blogs it's on, right?
Yeah.
So I think if we step back, the first step is creating who you are. So creating an amazing first impression. That, because it's less than 3 seconds. Some people say it's less than 1 second these days because we live in such a fast-paced society that people decide they know everything about who we are by looking at us in that 1 second.
So true.
And mostly women are haphazard about how they look. They don't think through that.
Guilty.
Right? Exactly. It's like all we can do to get dressed, right? The bar is really low. So the first thing is to sit down and say, who am I on the inside that I want to shine through to the outside? What do I want people to know about the kind of person I am? And then once you decide what that is, and it's like 3 to 5 adjectives, and I have an online course that we go super, super deep in this work to help you through it. But if you're doing it on your own, come up with 3 to 5 adjectives about who you really are and what you really want to be seen as. And then start working on your wardrobe. Because if you start working on your wardrobe first, it's all haphazard. It's more of the same, right? So then the next step is to evaluate what you already have in your wardrobe. So don't just go buy new stuff. Look to see, what do you love? It's sort of like the Marie Kondo, what brings you joy?
Okay. Yeah.
If it doesn't bring you joy, get rid of it, right?
Yeah.
If it doesn't fit, get rid of it. Because I
Oh,
hear
yeah.
this all the time, but I'll fit into it someday. Yes, but when you fit into it, you're going to want something new to show off your new figure.
Yeah.
You're not going to want to wear that old thing that now fits, right? So be willing to let go of things that don't serve you. If it's not the right color, the style, and women in particular are very attached to their clothes, even if they don't make us feel good. So you have to let go of that attachment, because it's not who you are. It's just pieces of clothing. And until you can let go of the old, you can't create the new, right?
Yeah.
So you kind of have to start with a blank slate. And then you can start creating, okay, then once you've done your wardrobe and gotten rid of everything that doesn't serve you, doesn't bring you joy, doesn't fit you, isn't the right color, then you can go, okay, what do I need to achieve this look I want to create? So I want to look, I don't know, sophisticated, put together, joyful. I don't know. You can make up anything, right?
Well, the words that came to my mind is,
Yeah,
you
tell
know,
us. Tell me.
I want to project that I'm fun, but I'm a little bit quirky. I'm okay with being different.
Yeah.
And, for me, I like to, most women, or a lot of women I talk to, say, they dream of having these shoe wardrobes,
Yeah.
with all of these, expensive, pretty shoes and that. I dream about having a shoe closet with Converse in every color of the rainbow. I'm like, so for me, I'm like, how do I plan my outfit around a pair of Converse? Because that's, you know what? Much to my mom's disappointment.
Yeah.
There's just certain things that I love. I embrace that. I don't always want to be all done up. Sure, I'll do my hair and makeup, but I just want to be like casual. Like we were saying before I hit record, I just roll with the punches.
Yeah.
So those are some of the things that I would look at, seeing that, or introducing, or seeing that my wardrobe is reflecting of me.
Yeah. Okay. Can we go deep for a second?
Oh, for sure.
Okay. So what is your attachment to Converse?
Because they're comfortable.
Okay.
I like the different colors.
Okay.
Only the low tops, not the high tops.
Okay.
But there's just something, I don't even know. You know what? I'm going to say it probably goes back, and this is going really crazy deep. This is probably going back to, when I was, junior high age, the 80s, when the Converse were all the thing.
Yeah.
And even like getting 2 pairs so you can wear 2 different colors at the same time. For me, it was something that was never available to me.
Mm.
So I don't know, like, oh, you touched on something there. I don't
Did
know
you
if that's
see?
just a thing of now I got them.
Yes, now you're at a place in life. You can have as many Converse as you want. So a lot of people have things from the past that are determining what's going on right now, right? And they have it unidentified. So just like you just love your Converse in every color, you never really look to see why. Because you want comfort, there's a million comfortable brands of shoes. There's a million cute shoes that would probably make you
Yeah.
feel
And that's the
cute.
thing is it's a comfortable without looking like orthopedic shoes type of thing.
Yeah.
They gotta reflect something.
Yeah, which you can, but isn't it interesting that you're going back to what you didn't have in junior high?
Oh, you hit on something there, Keri. I
Yeah.
never thought of that one
Oh
before.
my gosh, junior high messed us all up. Right?
Amen.
I mean, I think if I wasn't so tragic in junior high, I couldn't be a stylist today because it was bad.
Oh, wait a second. So you weren't always this way.
Oh gosh, no, no, no. I mean,
Okay, good to know.
I show pictures to my daughter and she's like, "Wow, mommy, you were not very pretty." I'm like,
Oh,
"That's true. That's fair. It's okay. I can own it." No, I'll tell you, do you want a side story about why I do what I do?
yeah, for sure.
Okay, so let's see. Um, in my 20s, which was a lifetime ago, I went into sales and I was traveling the country doing sales. And I noticed that when I was in New York, people wouldn't listen to me as a 20-year-old girl wearing what I was wearing. And then I would go to Dallas and then there I had to look a different way in Dallas than New York. And then I had to look a different way in Arizona. So I started to become aware of when I was very insightful even back then about why am I not making the sales here, but I'm making the sales here. And then I looked at how I was dressing and then I went, a light bulb went off and I went, oh, you can't. It's sort of like a cowboy with his like Wranglers and cowboy boots and cowboy hat going into like a banker's office in New York City, right?
Yeah,
But trying to sell them, not the opposite.
right.
Right? Like they're going to look at you like, "I don't know that you fit the
You
look."
kind of have to fit the scene so that people can
Yeah.
better relate to you.
Right. So back then, all I wanted to do was make more sales. It wasn't about fulfilling on my first impression, or I wasn't that evolved yet. I was just like, I want to make more money. So how do I do that? So I created different looks for different cities that I would go to, and my sales started getting better. Then I would take breaks because I would get so burned out on doing sales and traveling. So I would take a break and I went and worked at Nordstrom for a while. And then I would go back into sales. And then I would take a break and go work at Neiman Marcus for a while. And when I was working at these retail stores, I started noticing no one felt good about themselves.
Really.
And I was like,
Even like if even in the store like Neiman Marcus.
yeah, people would come in and yeah, they didn't feel great about themselves. So they were trying to buy something to overcompensate that they didn't feel great about themselves. Right? Retail
Gotcha.
therapy, we call it.
Right. Okay.
Right? I don't feel good. So I'm going to go buy something and that's going to make me feel good, which it can. And I believe in it. But I noticed like people were tugging on their pants and we just nitpick ourselves to death. And especially middle-aged women, we look at like, oh my gosh, that wrinkle just appeared today. Why did that wrinkle come?
For me, it's walking by a full-length mirror.
Right?
I yeah, it's hard. It's hard.
Okay, I have an exercise for you. It'll come in a minute. And
Okay.
it's not a physical exercise, it's a brain exercise. So remind me. But I had this epiphany that if people weren't tugging on their clothes, if people weren't insecure about how they looked, they could accomplish more in life. They could be more available to their spouses or their significant others. They could give more to their children. They could achieve more success in life. So I designed this way to work with people to have them knock it out of the park. And that's where the first impression came in. And, I've been doing this 20 years and we have clients that will triple their income in a short period of time, get the promotion, meet the love of their life. These miracles happen.
It makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
It really
because they
does,
feel
because
great.
it's that inner critic that's going
Yeah.
on in your head
Yeah.
that is it's wasting your time.
Oh, it's terrible, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
terrible. So, okay, back to the exercise. You ready for it?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is kind of top secret. I can't believe I'm going to say this on a podcast because it's also in my course. But here we go. One exercise I give clients who are struggling with looking at themselves in a full length mirror, or their bodies have changed and they don't like their bodies. So anytime you're being mean to yourself, you're not going to get back what you want. Right? If you're
Right.
if you're mean to your husband or your best friend, you're not going to have a great
You're not going to
relationship.
get love back. No.
It does the opposite, but somehow we trash talk our bodies thinking we'll get something back. No, we won't. Like, it's just like a relationship. You're mean to it, it's going to be mean back. Right? So I have people stand in the mirror naked.
Oh,
I know, a full length mirror naked. And so in the beginning, it might be 1 second while you're walking by. I get that. And we want to get it up to a minute and or longer if you can. But the point of the exercise is to look in the mirror and scan your body and see what you can appreciate about it. And talk kindly to it. So,
okay.
let's say my stomach. Oh my gosh. I'm so grateful that you carried my daughter in you. I'm so grateful that you allow me to digest food. I'm so grateful that you, I don't know, you just keep going and look at different parts of your body. Like during middle age, we get more cellulite on our legs, which is my least favorite part. And so I look at my thighs and I'm like, wow, you are so strong. You allow me to walk every day. And you allow me to play tennis and you allow me to do Pilates and all the things I love. And I'm so grateful for you and I love you. And if you can do that with your body, it will change your life.
I am going to try that.
And
I'm
wanna
going to
hear
have to
how
go
it does.
buy a full length mirror because I don't actually,
Most people don't.
no, it's because I don't want to, I look in the mirror, I'm here. I'm like, okay, I'm good. And then I just pretend I'm this,
Yeah,
walking
bobblehead.
head.
Which podcasting works for you, right?
Yeah.
Because
Well,
we're on screen.
yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
I get it.
it's like, it's like I said, this is the first time that I'm doing a live show.
Yeah.
And there's probably a reason for that. And that's because of my own, self-conscious feelings that I have.
Hmm.
And it's, I can hide behind a mic.
I'm so excited for you that you're doing live. I mean, congratulations, because you're
Thank you.
beautiful and the
Oh,
world should
thank
see
you.
how beautiful that you are. And
Thank you.
get your energy. I mean, you have such a great vibe and your eyes just sparkle and people should be able to see that, not just hear your voice.
Thank you. Thank you. I
Yeah.
truly appreciate that.
Yeah.
Now,
So
Keri,
get a full length mirror.
I'm going to get a full length
And I
mirror.
want
Yeah,
to
because
hear-
otherwise, if I do your exercise, I will probably get arrested. So
I want to hear about that too.
let's buy a full length mirror on the list for Lucy.
And everyone else out there listening, if you don't own a full length mirror, go get one.
Okay. We'll
And by
give
the
that
way,
a shot.
I just want to say that to everyone. Like, we're all beautiful in our own way. And we've had a lifetime of criticism from ourselves and from others. It makes me want to cry. And enough is enough. That's why, to be honest, Lucy, I've been a personal stylist for 20 years and I work with some high level CEOs and executives, and why I am pivoting. I'm still working with my favorites, but why I'm pivoting is because years ago I was like, I wish every person could have these results. I wish every woman could love the way that they look and know that they are beautiful. And that's why I started my online courses, to give every single person access to that. You don't have to be rich and famous. You don't have to be a celebrity. You just have to have a commitment to love yourself and a commitment to be better. That's all you need.
Love it. I was going to ask you for your final words of wisdom, but I think you
Oh,
just shared them with us. So that was beautiful.
yeah.
But before we wrap up, can you just maybe share a little bit more about the course that you offer for women?
Yeah. So I told you why I started. It really was to make a difference for every woman everywhere that wants a difference to be made for them. So it took me a while to figure out how was I going to package what I do for clients in a course that was going to have the same kind of impact. Because for me, I like to go deep. Nothing's surfacey where I am. And so I spent a long time curating it, and no pun intended, because it's called Your Curated Style. um, but so I created a course that's 6 weeks long, 6 weeks to transform your entire life. And we go
Nice.
deep. We talk about your first impression and how do you create it. We talk about your body. I give away that exercise and much more. I help you. Oh, we talk about colors. How do you know what colors are best for you? And what is the vibration of certain colors, which is great. So we go really deep into that. And then I help you edit your closet so that you can do that work. And then I help you shop, and I tell you brand names, store names, depending on your style and your budget. So I make it so simple that anyone could do this. We talk about how to accessorize. I even have my makeup artist on with us, giving you how to refresh your makeup and tips and how to apply. And then we have bonuses about tailoring, how to know what to tailor, and undergarments. That's a big thing for women. So
Yeah.
we go super deep on everything you could possibly want to know to look your best and feel your best. And it's not about looking like someone different. It's about looking like you, only better.
I love that idea. I love that idea. So if you're looking at finding out more about with the course that Keri offers, make sure you either check out the links or the notes under if you're watching this live video or watching it on a replay. If you're listening to this as the podcast, check out the show notes. I am going to have all of Keri's links in there.
That's
and
great.
Remember, if you're feeling lost, stuck, and confused in midlife, make sure you grab a copy of my guided journal, Your Journaling Journey. It's packed with tools to help you find clarity, guided prompts, affirmations, and gratitude. You can get Your Journaling Journey on Amazon today. And I'd like to thank you, my listeners, whether you're listening as a broadcast or you joined us here live. Thank you for joining us. And Keri, thank you so much for joining me and sharing your expertise today.
Thank you. It's been my pleasure to be with you and know you.
Thank you. Thanks for listening to this episode of the Roller Coaster Podcast. Want to chat or share your ideas about today's show? Pop me an email at hello@therollercoasterpodcast.com. Don't forget to connect with me on Facebook and Instagram at The Roller Coaster Podcast. Our theme song, Roller Coaster, was performed by The Lucky Setback. Audio editing by the one and only Jeff Quigley of Quigley Creator.